Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Welcome back if you're coming back. Thank you for being here. I appreciate your support. And I want to thank everybody right off the bat for the comments. I want you to understand the effect that your comments have on me and my content on my channel, because I have one very specific commenter, and I think if she's watching this video, she will know who she is, because I've made it clear in the comments that she's a huge, huge help for me to give me direction. So please leave the comments and let me know what you like, direction maybe you would like to go in with my videos. I know that I need to move in a new direction, and I've known that for months, but I haven't had the clarity in the direction to move forward. And like I said, this one person, she's left a couple of comments now, and both of them gave me clarity, and I now know the direction I need to go in. So please don't be afraid to leave comments. I do read them all. I don't have time to comment to all of them, but I do read them. And believe it or not, it's your way of giving back to me, if that makes any sense. What's been happening with me? Quite a bit. This is going to be in regards mostly to the full moon that we just had. I don't know about the rest of you, but if you're watching this, you've likely been guided here, and you had just as intense a time going through this last full moon as I did. It was brutal. I think this is probably one of the worst full moons I've gone through in a long, long time. And I came out the other side of this full moon this week, actually, knowing that the reason it was so intense for me is because there was something from my childhood that was deeply rooted in me, and it was traumatic for me as a child, and I carried it through to adulthood. And that was because when I was 6, my mom decided to walk out on my dad. They weren't in a happy relationship any longer, and she decided to leave. There's 4 of us kids. I was the youngest, and she took one of the kids with her and left the rest of us behind. And I came home from school that day, and my dad sat us all down and let us know what was going on, and I didn't understand it at all. But I know that I must have been traumatized by the fact that she took one of the kids with her and it wasn't me, because all my life that's been my story. That keeps popping up. And I also know that in adulthood, I've had a lot of problems, a lot of times that I've had to learn to deal with abandonment issues. And, you know, obviously that's likely how I felt as a 6-year-old, like I'd been abandoned by my mother. And, you know, it's not bad enough that your mother walks out at 6 years of age and doesn't stick around long enough to see you after school and say goodbye to you, but she takes one of your siblings with her and leaves the rest behind. So that bubbled up to the surface for me this week, but it took the last 2 weeks to get it there. So needless to say, the last 2 weeks have been pretty brutal for me too. So some of you may have been experiencing that. You know, it's kind of part of that push-pull thing that I had that video up. I can link it to this video for those of you that haven't seen it, but there was a really strong push-pull energy for me, where one day I would feel amazing, and the next day I'd be pulled under into this negative energy that I didn't know where it was coming from. Now, part of it comes from your eternal soulmate. What's happening to us right now at this point in time through this full moon and in any other way that our energies are being affected, it is preparing us for union, and it's not far off from what I feel. Okay, so if you're resonating with this video, then you're not far off from union. I am going to pull a couple of cards because I do want to see if there's any further guidance. I am feeling a lot better now than I was. I'm not in that push-pull. I do still feel, I don't know how to describe it. I guess it's me coming out of this really, really heavy energy that I was in this week. 2 weeks prior to that, it was the push-pull. But this week, I felt like I was in especially towards the end of the week, I was in a really strong, heavy, negative energy. And I believe that the previous 2 weeks, if I understand this correctly, the previous 2 weeks were all about loosening this stuck energy within me and trying to get it to bubble up to the surface so it could be released. And maybe it happened over a 2-week period for me because maybe I didn't want to be confronted by this. Maybe I didn't want to face it. I don't know for sure. Some of you maybe had to go through the same thing, but it was quicker for you. You know, the timeline could be different between all of us. And anyways, this week was my birthday. The full moon day was my birthday. And I got to tell you, that was probably one of the worst birthdays I think I've experienced energetically in my life. But the next day, the 3rd of September, was a lot better than it had been prior to even the 2nd of September. And then yesterday, being Friday the 4th, was a really good day. I got up yesterday and, I got that alignment back. I got the connection to my inner being back, and I could feel it, and everything felt wonderful. But later on in the day and today, I've been feeling this, it's almost like, how do I put it? You know how when you get really drunk, that's not the end of it? You've got that hangover to deal with the next day. Well, this is almost like an energetic hangover for me. I can feel a bit of that heavy negativeness. It's not as heavy as it was, but I feel a slight pull to that way. But it's not enough that it can pull me. I'm able to keep myself out of it. So hopefully that's where the rest of you find yourselves too. If not, if you haven't hit the hangover phase, what I'm classing as the hangover stage, I guess, it's coming and it's getting easier. Know that it's just energy from the past, from your childhood. It's one of the last big things that we have to release in order to come into union with our eternal soulmate. This is just preparation, okay? So there's going to be other things that you might be feeling and sensing and going through. That could be on an individual level. I'm really not. Something else that's been happening with me is the number 44 and the number 144. So if any of you have been seeing number 44 very frequently in the last 2 to 3 weeks, or number 144 the last 2 to 3 weeks, I am being guided to put out a video on those numbers to help you understand what they represent and what the messages are behind them, okay? It is a guidance for sure. It is also, 144 is the number of light workers on the planet, 144,000, okay? So, you know what? If you're a light worker, if you're here watching this, you likely are, you're pretty special. Out of all the millions of people on this entire planet, you are one of 144,000 people only. That's it. That's pretty special. You've been called here for a very, very special task, and you are very special. Just the fact that you were called here for that. So, like I said, I do want to get a couple of cards for us, and I am going to start with Motivation Manifesto. Okay, and we have, how many times have we caused ourselves pain because we failed to pause and think, how would my best self view and respond to this situation? I'll let you read that for a minute. So for me, I think what that represents for me very strongly is while we're going through this energy, or while you're going through this energy, if you're still going through it, or any other energies coming, because if this is the month of union, or it's, you know, within the next month or two, we could likely, very likely, be going through more of the same. So understand that it's just energy. It's not bad news coming in. It's not a sign of what's coming towards you. In a sense, it is a sign of what's coming towards you in the sense that you're clearing it out so you can have union with your eternal soulmate, okay? But what I mean by that is, because it's negative energy, it's heavy, it feels burdensome. That's not a way of the universe telling you you've got some really bad stuff headed your way. That is not at all what it's about, okay? It's just about releasing the negativity, the blocks that are inside you from childhood at this point in time. I want you to know also, be aware that your eternal soulmate is doing the same work. They are also having to release childhood traumas. So not only are you sensing your own childhood traumas and having to release them and relive them again, they are too, and you're sensing them. You mirror each other. You feel each other. You're aware of each other's emotions, right? So it's not just your stuff you're feeling at this point in time, and that is why it's feeling so heavy and so draining, because it's both of you, and they're going through the same thing, okay? So when you pause and think for a minute, how would my best self or my higher self view and respond to this situation? Let it go. Just let it move through you. Try to do things to distract yourself, and I believe that's why I will try and remember to link this video for you too. I did a video not too long ago called Chop Wood. It was in regards to a card that had come out for me. That'll help you move through this. Now, this is this deck, Quan Oracle, and I'm going to read from it. I have not used it yet, so we're going to go into the book and see what the card that comes out means for us. Okay. Okay, we have Turquoise Lotus Mother, number 42. Absolutely beautiful. Look at that lotus flower that she's holding. Oh my goodness, that is so gorgeous. Okay, that is a beautiful card. Let's get the meaning from the book now. Whew, there's a lot here. Okay, I'm going to pick and choose what I read here because we've got 2.5 pages. But I did see something here. There is kind of an italics area at the top, so I'm hoping that that encompasses most of what's here for us. It says, Turquoise Lotus Mother brings precious healing to you now. Allow yourself to be lifted out of your struggle, beloved one. An old pattern is finally in its death throes, something that weighed heavily on you from your past. What did we just talk about, right? This can be one of the most testing times to allow something to go, just when it seems to be so demanding of your time, focus, and attention. Yet, do not doubt. You have actually learned the lessons it required of you, and now you are being blessed with an opportunity to receive karmic healing. There are some lessons in our process of spiritual growth that cut right to the core of our being, that challenge us so deeply that even as we learn the lessons and practice the wisdom, we can still struggle to outgrow the grip of the pattern. No matter how hard we try, we might not feel that we are ever going to be able to completely release the challenge, and no matter how much we grow, there is still a thread of past that hangs on. We need a spiritual rescue remedy if we are ever to be free of the clutches of this persistent pain. The compassionate and spiritually powerful nature of Ma Quan Yin as the turquoise lotus mother seeks to bless you with karmic healing so that you may be lifted from your struggles and can simply leave them behind you now. Your soul has learned what it needed from the situation, and it has asked for a divine hand up so that it might continue on its divine path of growth without unnecessary karmic weight pulling it down. Listen to your guidance now. Notice if you feel inspired to visit a healer. Listen repeatedly to particular healing music, go to a class, or meditate at home at a particular time, or just more often. These are attempts by the Divine Mother to reach you through available channels. Divine blessings of karmic healing can flow from the spiritual world directly to your soul. But oftentimes they are more effective when coming through a human channel of a high vibrational level directly into your energy field on the physical plane. Be as open as you can be to guidance to allow the divine karmic healing of turquoise lotus mother to reach you. Her turquoise nature cleanses and protects your energy field, and her lotus heart shines through to your own heart, bringing you peace. The divine mother within her simply wishes to nurture you into greater spiritual freedom. This oracle also indicates that if you have been working with crystals, turquoise in particular, to continue to do so, as it is empowering for you and is helping you to heal, whether you are completely conscious of this as of yet or not. So if you can get a piece of turquoise, or any crystal will work, but if you can get turquoise, sounds to me like that would be a bonus and a benefit. There is a bit of a healing and kind of a prayer / meditation here that I think I might do in a separate video for you, and I'll add music to it for you so that at the time of it, you can, you're aware that that's what it's for, and you can get yourself comfortable and go back into it as often as you want to for the healing, okay? So I'm going to do this and finish it and upload it before I upload this video so that I can link it to this video, okay? I think I can only actually add, I might be able to add 3 videos. I'll see if I can add all 3 of them for you. This is absolutely beautiful. I'm so glad this deck is the deck that was chosen for me to use here. Now, I want to get a couple of tarot cards for you, just to get a little bit of further guidance for you. I want to know how you move forward, maybe find out what Spirit is doing to help you move forward out of this. Okay, I've got 3 cards right here. Let me get my glasses on. Oh my God, you guys. The Lovers. This is my eternal soulmate card. I'm going to call it a twin flame card for now because I want to explain that to you. If you've never seen my videos before, the Lovers represent Gemini, and for me, Gemini are the twins of the zodiacs. So for me, this has always been my twin flame card, and my guides know that. So like I said earlier, this is all about preparing us to come together in union with our eternal soulmate or our twin flame, whatever you choose to call it. This is Spirit definitely preparing us for this connection, for the union, okay? So whatever you're going through at this point in time energetically, maybe it'll help you move through it easier if you understand why it's happening. And it's happening to bring you together with your twin or your eternal soulmate. And we have the Two of Pentacles. Balance. It's bringing a balance to you as well as them, because it is a 2, so it's about duality, right? So this is all about both of you working in tandem to gain this balance between the two of you, not necessarily within your life so much as, for me, it feels like it's balance between the two of you. Okay? And I'm going to leave the cards like that. I was going to put this on the other side of the Lover's card just because it is another 2. 2 of Wands. This is all about the strategizing, the planning, the putting everything into motion to move it forward. And this is what Spirit is doing for us, right? Getting us prepared. Getting it so that when we come together, it's balanced and we can stay together. It's not going to, we're not going to do the runner-chaser thing anymore. The 2 of Wands is also wands, and it's fire, it's passion. But it's very much about strategy and planning. It's about moving forward, how to move forward, okay? So this is being taken care of for us by Spirit. Right? We may be guided. You know, you may get divine guidance as far as anything that you might need to do toward this moving forward in the direction of your eternal soulmate. One of you, right? Or both of you. You know, maybe you're both going to be guided to the same place at the same time and you accidentally, you know, air quotes, run into each other. I'm going to clarify these 3 cards for us. And see what else we can get here. Okay. Now we're going to take 3 cards. I just want to get them out here. Okay. 3 cards. Your first card out. Oh my God. I can't make this stuff up. Soulmates. Here, let me get my glasses. I got to read this for you guys. It says soul connection, partnership, agreement, soul contract. Can you guys even believe the synchronicity just in the cards in this reading? This is crazy. There. Second card out. Keys on a ring. Many options, decision, unconventional, string along, one night stand. Well, I can tell you that this is no more. If some of you have a soulmate that has been the player type, that's not happening anymore. There will be no more one night stands. This is what's being taken care of for us. They will be taken in a direction of being ready for a lifelong commitment at this point in time, right? There's no more options. There's no more. They are having to make that decision, however, to move in the direction of a long-term partnership and to make the decision that they want to be with you now. Realization. But Spirit is working behind the scenes. I want you to know this too, is working behind the scenes to clarify that for them, to give them the clarity that they need to understand that what they need to do is move toward you at this point in time, okay? Oh, wow, the next card. Kisses. Oh, that's so cute. Look at this. Unconditionally loving, giving and receiving affection, falling in love. Wow. And that comes with the 2 of Wands. This is the strategizing, the planning to move forward. They are being moved in a direction that is going to make them want to come towards you and start this up and just get it on track finally and move forward toward destiny. This is unconditional love. We have finally reached that point where we're ready. We're ready. We are so close to coming together. I can feel the energy, and I don't know if the rest of you can or not, but it is strong, really strong. There is no doubt in my mind that this is taking place very quickly for all of us. Another bit of information that Spirit wants me to put across to you is the song that came to me this week. I have been receiving songs telepathically from my eternal soulmate for months, probably a year now. And I've kept them all. I created a playlist on YouTube so I could send them all in there so that I could keep track of the progression of what my soulmate is going through and their growth. But this song was different. This song was not particularly from my soulmate. It was from my guides. And it was to let me know, to let you know that this is now where we're at. The song is by Billy Joel and it's called Tell Her All About It. And I want you to look up the lyrics. But it basically represents just tell her how you feel. So now it doesn't necessarily mean it's, tell her how you feel. Because I know that, there are men that watch this. It's the feminine energy. The masculine energy is being pushed, being guided to tell the feminine energy how they feel. And this is for those of you where not only the masculine has never told you really how they feel or been honest about their feelings, as well as those of you who maybe they have told you how they feel about you, but they haven't told you how they feel about the situation with you, okay? That'll make sense to whoever it needs to make sense to, because I was guided to add that. I was going to make it about, no contact, no communication. But Spirit said, no, this is how it needs to be put across. So, wow. I hope this resonated with you, and if it did, I hope it helped you to understand what's really happening right now between you and your eternal soulmate, okay? So look for that. Also, check out the other videos that I linked to this, because that will give you a little bit more clarity as well as we're moving forward. I love you guys. I'm so excited for all of you. I'll see you in the next one.